Percent of change. Percent of change is a ratio that compares the change in quantity to the original amount. To find percent of change, we take the amount of change over the original amount. Amount of change, all it is the final amount minus the original amount. So to find the amount of change, you take the final minus the original and then divide it by the original. That will give you percent of change. If the percent of change is positive, then we call it a percent increase. If the percent is negative, then it's called the percent of decrease. So to find the amount of change, you take final minus the original. Then to find the percent of change, you divide it by the original. There you go. Write this down. It says find the percent of change from 60 degrees Fahrenheit to 84. So let's say this morning it was 60 degrees and then it went up to 84 degrees. I need to know the percent of change, okay, and whether that was an increase or a decrease. So what we do is we take the amount of change, remember that, over the original. The amount of change was the final amount minus the original amount, okay, over the original. So what was the final amount? 84 degrees. That's how the final temperature was, 84 degrees, right? Okay. What was the original? 60. So we're going to take 84 minus 60 and we're going to divide it by what? What was the original? 60. Okay, that's what we start out with. 84 minus 60 is 24. So we take 60 or 24 over 60. Now that's how we find our percent change. Okay, that gives us 0.4, which we need to change into make it 40%. Okay, so the temperature from this morning and this afternoon increased by 40%. Write this down. It says Ty had 52 comic books. So let's say last week he had 52 comic books, and then someone gave him some comic books, and so now he has 61. So I need to take the final amount. Someone raise your hand and tell me what the final amount is. Riley? 61. And what was the original amount? 52. Blaine, what's going to go on bottom here? 52, because that's the original. We take the amount of change, which happens to be 9. We divide it by the original, which is 52. 9 divided by 52 gives me this, 0.173. So I need to change that to a percentage. That is 17.3%. Is this an increase or decrease? Increase. On the slide before, was that an increase or decrease? That was an increase. I forgot to write it in. So, Ty's comic book collection increased by 17.3%. It says Henry had 318 stamps. Okay, now he has 273 stamps. Something happened to his stamp collection. Okay, he went from 318 to 273. We need to find the amount of change. Someone raise your hand and tell me what the final amount is. Blaine? 273. Nicole? 318. That's how many he had. What's the final amount? What does he have right now, Nicole? 273. Riley, what's the original amount? 318. The original amount also goes on the bottom, 318. So I take 273 minus 318, I get negative 45. So the amount of change was a negative 45. He lost 45 stamps. I take negative 45 divided by 318, I get this. Negative 0.142. I change that to a percent, that's negative 14.2%. Someone raise your hand and tell me if this is an increase or decrease. Nikki. This is a decrease. It is a loss of stamps. It is a negative percentage, which means it's a decrease. Write this down. So the amount of increase, they call that the markup. Okay, that's a term when you go to stores and that kind of deal. That's the markup's actually what you're paying. They call it the selling price. Okay, it's the amount the customer pays. So the dollar at Snack and Pack for pop, okay, that's the selling price. The amount they've raised it, Snack and Pack has raised it, that's the markup. Do you think they buy it for $1 and then put it on the shelves and sell it? No. Probably they only pay maybe 30 cents. Okay? But they have a markup. Okay? The markup's that percent increase. It might be a 50% markup, it might be a 200% markup. Depends on what the item is. Okay? But it has a markup, and whatever they leave it at, that's the selling price. Okay? So if it costs them 50 cents and they have a 100% markup, okay, that means they raised it up 50 cents. The selling price would be $1. Okay? So they pay 50 cents for it, they make 50 cents off of it. The discount is the amount by which the regular price is reduced. Stores, when they have items that they can't get rid of, they're wanting to get them out, they put them on for discount. Okay? In doing that, more people are going to buy something because it's been discounted. It's cheaper. Okay? Rarely will it be lower than what they've paid for it. But it won't be as much as they were getting on the profit. So the discount, okay, that's by how much the regular price is reduced. Hey, write this down. It says find the selling price if a store pays $42 for a pair of rollerblades and the markup is 25%. So they're going to make so their profit is 25% of the original price. Okay, that's how much they make. So what we need to do to find the selling price, okay, which I'm going to show you two ways of doing it. It's either way you want to do it. It doesn't matter to me. One I feel is easier, but it does not matter. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to find out what 25% of $42 is. So I'm going to take 0.25 times 42. If you remember, this uses yesterday's notes where we took the percent times the whole to find the part. This is the exact same thing. So 25% of $42 is $10.50. Which means this is how much the store makes, $10.50. When they sell the rollerblades, they get $10 more. Okay, they get $10 from it. That's their profit. That's the markup. So the selling price is the profit, or which we could call the part plus the whole. Remember the total cost yesterday? Part plus the whole. Okay, it's kind of like with taxes. Okay, the part is $10.50. Okay, the whole is 42, so we add them. This is our selling price, $52.50. So they put it on their shelves and put a sticker on it that says $52.50. When they sell one, they make $10.50 off of it. So they pay for them buying it and then also have a profit to it. That's what they use to pay their employees, pay the bills, that type of thing. So they make $10.50 off of it.
That's the other team.
All right, so now I'm going to show you the other way. Okay? So this is the other way. Now, again, you don't have to write this down. I would if I were you, because this is the easy way to me. Okay? But it takes a little bit more thinking. The markup's 25%. It means they take 25% of 42 and they've added it to 42, right? Isn't that what we did? Okay? So $52.50 would be what percent of the original price? 42%.
25.
Okay? 25% more, right? Okay? So it's actually 125%. Right? $42 would be 100%. $52.50 would be 125. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 125%, or 1.25, and I'm going to times it by my original price of 42. because I've raised it 25. So my selling price is going to be 125% of 42. Well, 1.25 times 42. Guess what? It's 52.50. Okay, so the selling price is 125% of the original price. So 1.25 times 42 gives me the exact same thing. Right? I don't care which one you use as long as you show your work. Okay, let's do this problem. Find the selling price if a store pays $75 for a bike and the markup's 40%. So what they want to do is they want you to find out how much the sticker price is if they raise it up by 40%. So the first thing we do, okay, the normal way we do is take 40%, 0.4 of 75, which happens to be $30. So 40% of 75 is $30. We add that to the original, okay, what it started out at, 75. That means they're going to sell it for $105. Their profit is 30. They put it on the shelf for $105. When you buy it, okay, you paid the store $30. That's what their profit is, okay? Because they have to pay they have to take that 75 and pay for the bike. Okay? Here's the other way. What percentage would 105 be? If 75 is 100%. 140, right? Because they've raised it up 40%. So $105 would be 140% of 75. Okay? But we don't know 100. We just know that they've raised it up 40%. So I'm going to take 1.4 or 140%. I'm going to times it by 75. 1.4 times 75, $105. Okay? So we could take 140% of the price, times it by 75. That would give me the same thing as finding out what 40% is and then adding it to 75. Okay, write this one. It says a volleyball has an original price of $59. Okay, it's been sitting on a shelf for a while, so they put it on sale for 65% off. So what I need to do is I need to find out how much they took off. So I take 0.65 and I find out what 65% of 59 is. I find that is $38.35. Is this how much you're going to pay? Or is this how much has been taken off?
Taken off.
This is how much has been taken off. So what I need to do is subtract that from $59. So what I pay is $20.65. $38.35 is how much was taken off. Okay? That is the one way of doing it. Let me show you the other way. If I took off 65%, how much of the original price would still be there? How much percent? Right? 35%, right? I've taken off 65%, so I just need to find out what 35% of the regular price was. Don't I? So 0.35 times 59, anyone want to tell me what that is? 2065. Does everyone understand how that works? Okay. Which one's easier? The first one?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be. I don't think so,
I
but
think that's the second.
that's okay. I will go with the second one. But you have to know how we got to 35, which we took 100% minus 65%, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Write this one down. Magazine. Go ahead and work it out. I want to see if you guys can get it. Okay, I'm going to see if you guys set it up right.
I got it.
So we take the original price for subscription of a magazine costs $35. Okay, it's on sale for 67%. So we take 67% of 35. Is this what you were thinking, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, 0.67 times 35 means they took off $23.45. Okay, is this the final price?
No.
No. Okay, this is how much they took off. So what we need to do is subtract it from the original. $35 minus $23.45 is $11.55. Okay, so that's how much the actual magazine costs. All right. Now I'm going to do it the other way. They took 67% off. So 100 minus 67, which is 33%, right? So the 1155, that's 33%, right? Okay, so I'm going to take 0.33 times 35, and guess what I get? 1155. Okay, so either way will work, as long as you know which one to use.
The second one's easier for when if it's like on sale.
Yeah.
Or, like,
I think it's easier for when it's marked up.